Hi everyone, welcome back to Pheebyoga. Today I have a really good, really short stretch kind of movement that you can use and you can log and take with you for maybe the morning or throughout the day whenever you want to use it. It's just a few poses that really will iron out those aches and pains. So we'll get started. So we're going to start in our tabletop position. So come to your all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll start going through some cat-cows. So we inhale, drop the belly down, push the tailbone up, look forwards. Exhale, start to round in the back, pushing against the mat with your hands, finding that rounded back. Inhale again, open, arching the spine, and then exhale to round. Keep going through these movements, just making sure you're matching the breath with the movement. Taking it as quickly or as slowly as you like. Just starting to move the body and also work through your spine. So iron out any kinks or aches that you may be having in your back. Maybe you've just woken up in the morning and this is just exactly what you need. So we'll take one more arching of the spine and one more rounding, really exaggerating that round, feeling how good it feels, and then coming back to your tabletop, a neutral spine. From here, we're going to thread our left arm under the right, bringing that left shoulder and ear towards the mat, coming to your thread the needle. You can stay here with the right hand, or you can start to bring it towards the top of the mat. Or you can circle round and just hook the hand onto the top of the left thigh. Try to relax here and keep breathing. And we can start to bring that right hand back towards the mat. Push into the mat. And we're going to circle and reach the left hand all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up. And then we're going to bring the back of the hand to the lower back. So just helping that open up a little bit more, getting a little bit of a twist as well. And then we'll come back to our tabletop. We'll go to the other side, so we'll thread the right arm underneath the left. Again, bringing the shoulder and ear towards the mat, sinking down onto the shoulder. Keep the hand where it is, the left hand, or you can start to bring it towards the top of the mat. Or you can bring it all the way round the back, so you're holding onto the right thigh. If you are taking this bind, try not to tense up into the shoulder, just keep relaxed and stretching and opening it up. And then we'll start to bring our left hand back to the mat, push into the mat, unthread yourself and reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Stretching, open the chest, and then we can bring the back of the hand towards the lower back, helping us to open up a bit further. Perfect, come back to your tabletop. And then we'll bring our hands slightly further forwards. We're going to tuck into the toes and then we're going to lift up towards our first downward facing dog. So here you might want to pedal out the feet, just getting into the backs of the legs, just opening up those muscles, those hamstrings, taking any movements that feel good to you right now. Making sure that our hands are shoulder distance and our feet are hip distance, always in our downward dog. And really trying to tilt that tailbone up. So we'll find a bit of stillness here. Take a breath. Perfect. And then we're going to start to tiptoe our way towards the top of the mat, coming towards a forward fold. You can bend in the knees here, just reach the belly towards the top of the thighs, and then we can either let the hands hang heavy and the head hang heavy, or we can hold on behind, holding on to the calf area, and just pull ourselves down a little bit further. If you have space, then you can start to try to straighten the legs slightly, but don't worry if you have your knees bent that you're still getting enough of a stretch. So from wherever you are, bring the fingertips to the mat, and if you haven't bent the knees already, bend them now. Take an inhale and start to roll up the spine. Coming all the way up to standing with your neck coming last. So we're in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. From here, we'll just have the hands by our sides and we're going to take some neck rolls. So we're going to bring the chin towards the chest and we're going to roll to the left, so the left ear comes to the left shoulder. Roll back towards the middle and then all the way over to the left, so the right ear on right shoulder, towards the right. Roll back towards the middle, take one more on each side. Getting into that neck, releasing any tension we might find. Coming back to center. Start lifting up the head. And we're going to point the chin towards the ceiling. So stretching all the front of the neck. Might feel good to bring the bottom lip over the top lip. Once or twice. Might look a bit funny, but it feels good and it stretches it out. From here, we're going to reach the left hand down the left side and we're going to reach the right arm over. So we're taking a bit of a side stretch here, a side bend. Come back up, swap arms, so right arm goes down the right leg and reach over towards the right with the left hand. Keep pushing into both feet evenly. We're just bending the top half of the body. Reach both hands up, look towards the thumbs, hands together. Take an inhale. And then exhale, we can hinge at the hips, come all the way down towards our Uttanasana, our standing forward bend. Inhale, come to your flat back, so hands can be on the shins, hands can be on the mat. Just push that tailbone up. Exhale, plant the hands, and we're going to slide the right foot back and come to a low lunge. So stretch the leg, the knee back as far as you can go, but make sure you've still got heel underneath the knee or the knee a little bit further forwards. Hands come to the mat, or if you're using blocks, pop them on blocks. Really enjoy this stretch. You should feel it all the way down that right hip and even on the outside of the left hip. Take an inhale here and then exhale, start to move back towards our half splits. So hands can come back, flex into the left foot and think about pulling the left hip back, right hip forwards. Inhale, come forwards again to that low lunge, that runner's lunge. And exhale, move back again, come to your half splits. Take an inhale here and lift the chest slightly, take a little wave. Exhale, pull down. You should really feel it down the hamstrings. Inhale, come forwards, back to that low lunge, that runner's lunge. Move both hands inside of the left foot. Heel toe the left foot out slightly and we're coming to our lizard. So you may want to rock the hips here. Taking any movements that feel good. Keep breathing, relaxing the shoulders. I often find that a hip opener and concentrating on the hips is one of the most important things to do if you're just getting a really quick stretch throughout the day. So once we've taken a little bit of movement here, you can either stay up on the hands or we can move down a little bit further, reaching the forearms down towards the mat. Sounds like I can't speak today. Keep rocking wherever you are. Taking these movements feels so good. If you're down on the forearms, then think about starting to come up onto the hands. We're going to keep the right hand planted. We're going to circle the left arm all the way towards the back of the mat. And you can stay here if you're happy here. Or we can start to bend into the right foot. The right knee, and reach for the foot, pulling the foot in towards the bum. If you aren't managing to reach the foot, then don't worry, just test it out and just maybe pull the foot up towards the hand and the hand back towards the foot. Take a breath here. And then start to release that foot really gently with control. Bring the hands back towards the mat. Heel toe the left foot in, tuck the back toes, and we're going to step back towards our downward facing dog. So you should feel a bit of a difference in your left leg to your right leg. Your right leg should feel like you've done a really nice big stretch on it. Take an inhale here and an exhale. And then again, we're going to start to tiptoe our way towards the top of the mat, finding our forward fold, our Uttanasana. Again, you can have your knees bent here and you can have your arms nice and heavy, or you can bring the hands
to the behind the legs and just pull down a bit further. Take a breath. And then we're going to release the hands. Come towards your flat back and take an inhale. And then exhale, plant the hands and step back with the left foot this time. So sliding it back, bringing the left knee towards the mat. Finding your low lunge, your runner's lunge. So we're going to open up the chest. Hands are either on your blocks or on the mat. Take an inhale here. And as we exhale, we're going to push the hips back, start straightening into the right leg, coming towards our half splits. Pull the right hip back, left hip forwards. Inhale, come forwards again, come to that runner's lunge. You can move your hands with you. And then exhale, move back again. Here, really think about flexing into the right foot. We're going to take an inhale, lift the chest slightly. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, start to come forwards again. And we're going to find our lizard. So hands come inside of the right foot. Heel toe your right foot out. And just lower the hips down. You may need to move the back knee back slightly just to get that hip opener, get that distance between the front foot and the back foot. And again, we can take a little rock from side to side. Keep breathing, relaxing the shoulders. And if you're happy on your hands, you can stay there. Or if you wanted to find a bit more depth, go a bit deeper into the stretch, then just come down onto your forearms. If you're down here on the forearms, try not to bunch the shoulders up, but just to relax the shoulder blades down your back. Keep breathing and rocking from side to side. And just remember to go wherever you need to. You don't have to go down to the forearms. In this stretch, you can get just as good of a stretch if you stay up on the hands. So if you are down on the forearms, start to come up onto the hands again. We're going to keep the left hand planted, circle the right arm round all the way to the back of the mat. So you're reaching towards the back of the mat. And then we can bend into that left knee, reaching for the left foot, pulling the left foot into towards the glutes if you've got hold of it. If not, just keep reaching the foot towards the bum and the hand towards the foot. Take a breath. And then gently with control, just start to release that left foot back. Heel toe the right foot in and frame the foot. Tuck the back toes and we're going to step back towards our downward facing dog. So take a breath, release it all out. Your legs should feel really nice and stretched. We'll find a bit of stillness here in downward dog. And then we'll take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. And sit back on the heels. So we come to kneeling at the back of the mat. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, so left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand forwards, left hand back. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling, really stretch. Maybe even interlace those hands and just push the palms up. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands through to heart center. So uninterlace, come to prayer position. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. So there we go. That was a really nice and quick way to stretch out the body, get rid of those aches and pains. If you're someone who gets quite stiff, maybe in the morning or even in the evening, this is a really good one to try out and you should feel the benefits. So I will be uploading again next week. If you have any requests or anything you want to see, then just make sure to comment below or send me some messages on my social media. And apart from that, just please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Keep up to date with all the videos that are being uploaded. There should be a little button to the side. I still can't remember which side it should be. And
that's about everything. Thank you so much for coming along, and I'll see you next time.